federalism we are practicing is not unitary system of government. Federalism means that there must be diversity. Anybody who wants state police should be allowed to have state police. It's not a uniform thing. The people who can do it, let them do it. People who don't have to do, cannot do it, forget it. We have variants of a way of doing things. That's the beauty of democracy under a federal system of government. The second issue is, I want to raise here, the internationalization of the local conflict in Nigeria. We have to really look out and see what's happening. Whether there are some countries out there who don't want Nigeria, the dominance we are having in the West Africa, and they're afraid that if we are allowed alone, we can extend in Africa, and they want to keep us busy. The issue here is not just about Nigeria. There are foreign countries that are exploiting the trouble in this country. And if we don't sit down properly and address that issue, Mr. President, doing shuttle diplomacy to such states, such countries outside Nigeria, we may not be solving a problem. The Boko Haram are the way they're having the ammunition and all that. You don't tell me they buy it in the local markets. People are bringing it from other foreign countries. Let us find out that's the business of intelligence. Let us look at that and see how we can handle the issue. The other issue I want to say is that the ECOWAS protocol that permits all West African countries to move should be addressed. We'll look at that issue critically. If we don't discuss and look at the ECOWAS protocol that guarantee the free movement of people across borders, we will be at risk because many people are exploiting that and are giving Nigeria a very big issue security-wise. The other issue is the entry without visa. And then when you enter, you start having, we have to look at that vis-a-vis the ECOWAS protocol. If we don't look at this issue critically, we will be doing a disservice to this country so that we can move ahead. The other issue I also want to talk is about employment. You see, on either hand is a devil's workshop. We have so many people who are unemployed. If we don't go and address the issue of how this country will start getting into productive business, into manufacturing, into doing things, we will go nowhere. We will have to find it. If the private sector is not taking the lead, because it's their duty, the duty of government to create enabling environment for them to thrive. If they are thrive down, they can now get into all those issues. Not into buying and selling. No country moves further as to its GDP through buying and selling. So we'll have to look at this issue. Let government come back to the state governments be empowered. Let them start all those moribund industries and manufacturing that have been closed so that we create jobs for our people. We know that we used to, before we have Kano, the pyramids of the Grand North. We know we have Kaduna Textiles. We know we have Oduduwa factory in addition. Why are they not working? Let us address the issue to create employment. If we don't do so, we'll be wasting our time here. And the time bomb is ticking. The other issue I have to say is that we have raised the issue of talking to Mr. President about the service chiefs. I feel so bad about discussing this issue here because no government wants to be stampeded to take action. It will appear that if tomorrow, I don't know his mind, this Senate doesn't know his mind, what he wants to do with the service chiefs. But no government wants to be stampeded into taking action. I don't know what we are doing here today. Whether if Mr. President watches it tomorrow, he say, well, I have planned this thing because we have taken it over here, then where he is not going to do it. So that it won't appear as we are pushing him. But I still have to sound a cautionary note here, that the Senate is only doing this. If the government comes up and do something urgently, maybe the House of Reps will not join us. When the House of Reps joins us and listen, it will worsen the matter. Let the government be timeless in taking action about this. If they do so, it will be well for all of us here.